What's up guys, I'm Leg and today I'm going to be fitting some new sequential indicators on the wing mirrors of my Audi A5 I've called Aurora. Now I thought I'd show you guys just how you do it in case you want to do it for yourself, because of these indicators, they're quite a massive upgrade. The ones on there just flicker and they're quite dull. These are almost blacked out, but they're brighter and they go in nice lines, which I'll show you just here in a second. And you can tell us in the comments what you prefer, whether you prefer the old ones or the new ones. But me personally, I definitely prefer these new ones. Now they're only cheap, the link's in the description if you want to get some for yourself. But let's get on, rip my wing mirrors apart and show you guys just how you fit some of these, or just how you cock it up. So some of the tools I'm using today, you can see here, see I've got two pry tools there. I've got a whole set of Torx heads. I've got some tiny little screwdrivers, flatheads, in order to undo all the clips, and that should be it, along with a bit of brute force and the new indicators in the box themselves. So let's set you up and let's get on with it. I'm going to start by moving this mirror over as much as I can to make as big a gap as possible in the side here, which is quite a gap there. That should be fine. So now I can get in the back here with this lever tool. I'm going to get in and I'm going to try and lever off this mirror without breaking it. It should just lever off. There we go. So it's just a few clips guys, as you can see, and that comes off. Now, as nasty as it sounded, that's not actually broke anything on the mirror. We've got these two clips here, what we need to be very careful of as we take them off, which is holding the mirror on. That's part of our heated wing mirror. I think these clips here are probably the most dodgiest bit of actually doing this. So you just want to go very slowly, one at a time, and lever them off. Now we don't want to get mixed up, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bend this one over this side of the mirror, and I know that's the top one. And then as I take this one off, just very gently wiggle it. There we go, and that's the bottom one. So we know left, top, right, bottom. That's my mirror, and I'll show you on the back. You can see none of the clips are broken at all. They're all just ready to click back on, so it's not damaged the mirror in any way. Now we've got that off, inside here we have 3 screws left on here to take out, which is one there, one Torx head, another one there, and there's another one at the bottom just over here. And then after that there's normally a Phillips screwdriver either in here or just here. Mine's just here, sometimes it's one or the other, so as you can see mine's there. Now let's get these Torx heads undone first. So we'll go for this outer one first. Nice and simple. That's one. Now be sure if you're taking these out, you've got somewhere to put them so you don't lose them. I'm putting them in a tray in the car. This one at the bottom. That one's a bit tighter, that one. Okay, it's coming. Slow and steady. And another one just here at the bottom here. There we go. Now the threads on these are slightly different, so you can see these are a closer kind of screw head and the other ones are a bit deeper, so make sure you put your screws in the right holes when you put it back together. Now we've got a Phillips screwdriver just at the top there, which is actually quite a simple job. I don't want to jinx myself just yet, but so far it would appear that it's a fairly simple job, guys. Obviously there's a lot what can go wrong yet. We've got to get to the clips in a minute, which is the bit what's a bit worrying. So again, we've got the Phillips screwdriver we've just undone, and there's sometimes one in there, but it's not there, which is quite normal. And what we're going to do now is we're going to leave it just in here, and there's a clip which we're going to pull up, and there's also a clip just here which looks like this is actually out already. It's not been put back in properly, whoever took it off last time, so that's a bit of a shame. Now I think with that it's just a case of wobbling this top section off and out very gently, bit by bit. You don't want to force it, you don't want to rip it off, you just want to get it slowly and ease it off slowly. But this mirror has been off before, or it's been replaced, and someone what fitted it didn't put the clip in properly, because I can see it snapped there. So you've got to be careful of that, because we'll only have one clip holding this one on, which looks like it's out already, which it is. And again, there's a couple of plastic clips at the bottom, but I think we need to take that off afterwards, because this whole top piece pries open and there's clips behind this what will hold it on, so we've just got to get those off by giving it a good tug. I can see the movement there already. It's just a case of really working it off. There we go, that's the bottom bit I can see coming out. There we go, and that is basically out, but it's quite a manoeuvrable kajumble, so you have to kind of kajumble it over and around and find the way it fits off from this piece there. There we go. So we're just going to work it off bit by bit, and the clips can sometimes get kind of tight, guys, so these are wiggle off. Caught on the back here somewhere, something's caught on the back. There we go. So all we've got left here now is this electrical clip just here, so we're going to press that clip there and try and slide her off. I can see there's bits in here what have snapped, which were already snapped before I took it off, so I'm not worried about that too much, guys, because there's not a lot I can do. If someone's had the mirror off before me and they've broke it, then I can only work with what I've got to work with, I'm afraid. Let's take this clip off, and the part we're replacing is this indicator along here. So I'll hang that on there, hopefully that won't fall off, just whilst I get my little flat head. And we're just going to apply pressure there and peen this out, this clip here. There we go, and there's our electrical cable off. So now we can take the whole mirror off, as you can see, and just here we have one Torx head there, and that will be the indicator off, and we will replace it with the new spec. So let's take this off, show you guys. Not too complicated, but lots of little screws and bolts and little clips, which hopefully you're a bit luckier than me and someone's not ripped your mirror off in the first place, so you'll have a bit less damage to the mirror than what mine is. So we're just undoing the screw there. Again, this screw you need to make sure you keep somewhere and don't confuse them, because the threads are different on these screws, guys. So there's that, and this should just pry out. So this one actually has sealant along, which is holding it in a bit, so you've just got to wiggle it, play with it and work it off. It will come off, you just got to give it a bit of a play. There we go, that's nearly out now. There we go, and that is our old indicator. Now we're just going to give this a wipe off with some baby wipes, clean it up. Not that you're going to see it, but if I know that's there and it's dirty, I'd rather clean it up. And let's replace it with the new one. This is the box with my new ones. Sequential mirror turn signals, these are the ones. Now we're going to replace, make sure we use the right side. So what we got this one here. That is for that side, I believe, as it's slightly different. So we'll put that one there. And this one will be the driver's side. Nice and gentle with it, we don't want to break it as we take it out. So you can see here, if I peel the tape off, look at the difference, guys. So you can see how this one's clear, this is the standard, and this is the uprated. Now obviously this one looks darker, but it's actually a lot brighter, so it's a lot easier to see and a lot safer when you're on the roads, because your indicator will stand out more. So let's get this one on. All the clips look the same, it looks like a straight swap. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start with getting our indicator itself, and we're going to fit it back in to the location where the old one was, just like so. With a little push and a little pop, she's in. That's the new one in, sealed nice and tight, perfectly. So we're going to get our little screw, we're going to put our screw back in what we just removed, fasten it in. Our Torx bit. Being very careful not to cross thread it. And we're going to go hand tight, we're not going to go too tight. Just like that. Now you can see this one here, it looks like you put a screw in there, but that's the screw what you put in at the end. That's not actually the screw you put in now. So that will be in as one of our final screws. So that is our indicator in. Let's now wangle it over. Let's get the electrical clip first of all, actually, and we're going to plug this electrical clip back in to the same place we took it out of on the old one, and make sure we plug that in nice and properly all the way till you hear a little click like that. Then we've got to work this back on without damaging it. As we knew from earlier, it's kind of a tight fit. So guys, get our wires hanging out the right place. We don't want our wires hidden underneath. Now we're nearly on, but we're not there, we're not fully there. So can you see, we're now lined up, we're looking nice and lined up this side. Everything's looking nice and lined up. We need to give it a good squeeze because of our clips aren't in properly yet. I can see the top ones need to come over like so, and the bottom ones will need to come up. We've got our wires still out the way, so we're not crimping any wires, because that's important that you do not crimp any wires. Our bolts are in the right place, but our clips are not in yet, so this needs to come down and these need to clip in like so. So it's going to take a bit of wiggling, a bit of wobbling and a bit of lining up, but it will all clip together and go back in quite nicely with a little bit of work, just like this. As you can see here, a couple of clips. Slide them in. Did you hear that little pop? That's it all popping together and going in nicely. So we're now, you can see these little clips here, they've clicked in. All of the screws now line up, and these top clips are now clipped in where they should be. Obviously this one snapped, but it was snapped in the first place, so I'm not worried about that. Now it's time to get our screws back in and make sure that everything goes in nicely. So because of this one snapped last time when I took it out, I'm going to replace that screw and I'm going to screw this one in instead, because this one didn't have a screw but that one did. Now that one, the plastic snapped off as I showed you, so the Phillips is going to go in here. So you very much want to go for last one out, first one in. Yeah, the last one, and don't do that. So in that hole, and we're not going to over tighten it, we're just going to go hand tight till it's done up, and it's not going to pop off. But it's not going to pop off because all the clips are on anyway. Now the next thing, remember the order I put these in. So this left one is going on the bottom, just like so. So the bottom connector, there we go. And this right one is going on the top connector. Just like so. And that is our heated wing mirror going to be going in place. Now all we've got to do is squeeze it on over these clips. Which I believe that's it. It feels like that's gone on. And that's it, guys. So let's have a look if this indicator works, shall we? Press the hazard lights. And there you have it. You can see how the line comes out and how much brighter that is. So there's our new indicator working, all wired in. Everything's all nice and tight, all clipped together, not coming apart. Nice, all perfect, all fits in nice and flush. Again, always worth giving it a squeeze, just like I did there along the bottom, just in case there's any clips what haven't quite hit home, which you can hear they're all together now. There's a couple of clips, so it's always worth doing that, checking that. But we're on. It's not flickering in a way that there's a loose connection. We're good to go. We can check by putting the key in. We'll even check that our mirror still moves around, as obviously they're electric mirrors. But you can see here now how the mirror still moves and the mechanism still works, so we haven't damaged anything in any way. And that's that one all put together. Let's take you around the other side and show you just what the difference is from the new uprated to the standard. That is the standard, guys. Can you see that flickering? So it is coming on. I think I'm going to have to move you even closer so you can see it, aren't I? Can you see there? That's the standard. Look at the difference, how dim they are. Even though they're lighter, they're really dim. And the new, look at that, you can see it flashing from here. So much better. So tell us in the comments what your opinions are, if you think they're better, but I much prefer them anyway. So now let's do the same again, get this side off. Hopefully this side's in a bit better condition than that one. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope that helped you if you're thinking of fitting these sequential indicators to your Audi A5. But I'm Leg. Thanks for watching. Tell us in the comments if you've tried doing that or if you've got any questions about doing it. And I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Bye.